Alright lads, so it's never a slow week over on Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade because announced this morning we have our next edition of the global bi-weekly event update. And obviously, if you've been on Twitter, Discord, Reddit, it's been causing a massive amount of controversy, rightfully so to be fair, because you can see right here, what we have here is our next banners coming out in the month of December. But the crazy part is, it's not even the month of December, it's the first week. So what we have coming up in less than 48 hours time is the new Yuji and also Momo. They're coming together, which is kind of different to how Japan did it. We'll talk about that in a second. They're here on the 3rd, and then literally 72 hours later, we're getting Holo Purple Gojo, the next big character to come to the game, a character I know a lot of people are excited about, a character that I honestly thought would be releasing for Christmas, because most gacha games do want to have something big on release for Christmas Day or the end of the year, and right now with Gojo coming out super early, leaving on the 27th too, by the time we get to New Year's, I don't think there's any big character they can release now, unless they want to bring another character out super early, which might be another bad sign, right? But these are our next 3 banners. They're coming out this week, which is absolutely crazy. And of course, this has sparked the most controversy because I think everyone now at this point is aware that we are catching up to the Japanese version. They want to catch up as soon as possible. And with that, unfortunately, it does mean that we are getting a bunch of banners like this back to back almost. And the unfortunate thing here is that I don't think anyone can even keep up. Whales, free-to-plays, even dolphins like myself. To me right now, I'm not that fussed about it. I'm taking a chill approach to this game. These 3 banners in particular, my summon plan, knowing how bad the pity system in this game is, I don't plan to summon on anything until we get our next limited banner, which should be hidden inventory. But that's not going to be here. It shouldn't be here till the half anniversary of this game. But given the pace, I mean, for all we know, we could see this in the next 3 or so months. So my game plan right now has been not to summon for like the next 3-4 months. And I guess even for someone like me that plans to skip everything, this is also affecting me because less time to save. It will be quite crazy if I do end up skipping all these banners all the way to hidden inventory, Gojo, Getzo, and also Toji. And then somehow I don't have enough to pity, which very well might be a thing because that right now is its biggest problem, right? We saw they were rushing a bunch of events during the start of the game, like literally like a week or 2 ago. And their solution was to give us a lot of more AP packs. And that's been great. I've been having fun. There's been a lot to do with the stamina that we have. But they kind of have to do the same thing with summon currency, I'll be honest. Like, you really can't keep up. And I know you're supposed to skip banners like this, but you don't want to just start a game on the global version and have all these banners that you just can't summon for because they aren't letting you, basically. Having said that, though, it is important to understand these banners are standard units. And with the increased schedule of these characters coming out earlier than expected, what that also does mean is that they should be added to the standard pool a lot earlier. Now, standard pool is the basic banner that will affect all future banners, and any silver tickets you do get, I would recommend saving them for characters like this, because these 3 upcoming characters are actually really good. Yuji, for example, is going to be a standout unit here because he is a red DPS unit, especially if you are someone that is lacking Yuta. He's more of a single target focus unit with some really good skills that honestly don't even cost that much. His second skill in particular only costs 10 energy. And for 3 turns, it will increase his critical hit rate by 52%, while also having a team buff allowing all your allies to have a 48% break damage increase. For 10 energy, as a second skill, honestly is really good. Likewise with his third skill, 20 energy, good damage to single target enemy, while further increasing his physical damage and also filling his ultimate gauge. So what you'll see when we get characters like this, like the same character, another Yuji, or you're about to see another Momo, they have very similar skills. And it's more so like they get approved upon from their last version. His ultimate in particular, though, is just a really high damage single target attack, further increasing the damage that he can do with physical attacks for 3 turns. And the ultimate in particular will be performing a Black Flash. So overall, a really good red DPS unit, which you might not need right now because you have access to Yuta. But in the future, you are going to want to make monocolor teams, so a team full of red characters, blue characters, yellow, etc. And to be fair, by the point you actually need that, he should hopefully be available in the standard summons, so you can get him in a future banner while summoning for someone else, or maybe get him from summon tickets. Momo is very similar to our SR version, one of the best SRs in the entire game for buffing your character's damage output, and this character is going to be doing the exact same thing, but even better. Her first skill is a single target attack, while further increasing the damage that enemy can receive by 20%. Her second skill will likewise with the SR version be increasing your allies' damage output, in this case by 68%, and also further increase the allies' break damage. It only lost 2 turns, unfortunately. Would have been really amazing if it was 3 turns, but still, nonetheless, 2 turns is great. You can stack that twice in the row for like a 120% damage increase, or likewise, what you can do is use skill 2 on 1 turn, and then the next turn, if you have enough curse energy, you can use a third skill, which will have these 3 effects. Increase your critical hit rate by 45%, then further increase your critical hit damage by 30%, while also at the same time lowering all enemies' crit resistance by 30%. You have 2 amazing skills here, 2 and 3, that just increasing your damage output and increasing the chance for you to hit a critical. Very, very powerful support. Gonna be a great character to have again in the future. Wouldn't recommend summoning on her right now. And then for her ultimate, it's an AoE attack that can lower their ultimate gauge by 1. So in case they are about to ultimate, you can give yourself that extra survivability, stopping them from using an ultimate, while at the same time having a 90% chance to stun. The SSR version of Momo is one of the best supports in the entire game. Like with her SR1, this one is just better. And then, of course, we also have Purple Gojo, who I've already spoke about on the channel before. It's Gojo. In general, any Gojo that comes out, you are going to want to pull. In this case, the benefit, like I said here, is that he's a standard unit, so we can get him from summon tickets. Now, this one, it's important to understand that he does leave in 7 turns, just like the blue Gojo that we have right now. But in general, he just does really good damage, debuffs the enemy, right? His second skill can further increase the damage that he can do. And since it's Gojo, you can basically use any skill you want to. It only costs 1 energy. His third skill increases his break damage, so even more effects for a self-sufficient unit. Going to be really good single target damage, more debuffs. It's a Gojo that can buff and debuff more so over the blue one that we have currently in game. And then by far the best part about him is going through the ultimate, which is an absolute nuke of an ultimate, right? 2,000 damage basically in curse energy to all enemies on the field. And remember, this is Gojo that we're talking about, right? So he has significantly higher stats when compared to any other character in the game. So this ultimate is an absolute nuke. And if for some reason they can survive that ultimate, well, then you're lowering their ultimate count gauge by 2. But it comes at the downside of him leaving the field. So the idea is that you don't want to ultimate until the final turn to get the most out of this unit. But because his ultimate is so strong, it does have him leave the game, which is kind of funny. I like the idea of it, right? He's a very similar character to what we have right now with the current Gojo. But I think if anything, the best part about him is the fact that he is a green character. Green right now are lacking really good DPS units. It's one of the main reasons why I was bigging up Yuta. It's because he is a red DPS unit. Likewise with this one, if you want to clear green only content, this Purple Gojo is going to be a must have. And in all honesty, in any other situation, I would probably recommend summoning for him. But given the fact that we're getting these banners back to back, it's understandable if you can't. Even having said that, maybe do like 1 or 2 multis. I might do that myself just to test my luck. And if I get him, if not, you know, it's only 2 multis worth, right? I didn't lose out on that much. But I wouldn't go super deep on his banner. And that's really just because we don't have enough cubes for it, right? We don't have enough cubes for it. You ideally want to save your cubes for those limited banners, which right now our next limited banner is going to be the hidden inventory characters, which at this point might release in like 3 months time, 4 months time. So hopefully that would give us enough time to save up some cubes for those characters. But even then, it's going to be rough because there are 3 different characters to pull for. While this news though wasn't the most exciting thing to see, no one wants to see rushed out banners like this. At least on the bright side, what I'm personally more excited for, right? Because again, these characters right here, whether they were going to release all in 1 week or over the course of a month, I was not summoning anyway. My plan is to save all my cubes for the hidden inventory characters and start stacking up on the silver tickets right now. So when they do get added to the standard pool, hopefully sooner than later, I can then hopefully try and get them through those summon tickets or just get them in future banners, right? I don't mind playing the long run when it comes to how this game is releasing banners. What I'm more excited about though is the upcoming content. In this case, on December 3rd, the same time we do get the new Yuji and also Momo, we will be getting chapter 10. This game is telling an original story, so I'm interested to see where it's going to go. Alongside that, we're getting grade 9 characters unlocked, so we can get our max level to level 97. Further power up our characters, which I think is kind of needed. I've already like maxed out all my characters, and I'm now working on every character in my box. They're all level 80. With all the AP packs we've been getting, it's been super easy to max our characters, so I guess releasing this early also does make sense. And maybe it's going to have a play in with the new game mode that we are getting, the Illusory Tower. This should be endgame content, something that you're likely not going to be unless you get a wide cast of characters and further work on them too. It's definitely something that we are going to be working towards maybe throughout the next couple of so months. Not sure if this will be beatable by me or others on day number 1. Maybe it will though, we'll see how it does go. But this game mode in particular is very similar to any other gacha game that you have played. It's a tower game mode. You clear a stage, you get rewards, you go up to a higher stage, it gets more difficult. Like I mentioned, this is the game mode where you probably want to use monocolor teams, so a full team of yellow characters, purple, a full team of yellow characters, blue, green, etc. And this is where likely in the future when you do get them, where you're definitely going to take advantage of characters characters like Momo, Purple Gojo, and also the Yuji that is releasing today. Would have been great if we had enough cubes to summon for them and then use them here, but again, that's unfortunately not the case. Now, while playing this game mode, you are going to get this item, the Phantom Seal Stamp, which will change the icon of the character, make them look a tad bit prettier, and then also increase their level limit by an additional 10. So with this and the new grade unlock, we can get upwards to level 107 character, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure how many they give out during the game modes, but you definitely will at least get one of them there. But with the release of this new item, they will be giving everyone one for free, so you will be able to automatically do that on your favorite characters. I would recommend doing it on your main DPSs, so Gojo, Purple Gojo, and also Yuta. That's personally what I'm going to do. So yeah, not like the most exciting news, which is kind of funny because it's new characters, right? But with this pacing, I'm now kind of worried what end of year is going to be, because again, you have to have a big banner. And if we have a look at the Japanese timeline, just for some reference in terms of, you know, the speed that we are going at here, Yuta released in January, so like 2 months after the game did release. We're already getting him 1 month into the game. A month after that, we did end up getting Momo. Now, the reason why they are pushing Momo earlier is because I guess they don't want to release her alongside, you know, Kamo. Kamo is the one that's most so tied to the event. That's why we aren't getting an event with Momo and also Yuji. I believe on the Japanese version, they didn't have events tied with them. But we should be getting an event sometime soon because we do have this one coming up. So maybe we'll get this like mid-December, or at least after the event that we are going to get with Gojo. But yeah, as I continue to scroll down and look at the upcoming characters and stuff, I'm really not sure like what character they could do to promote for end of year that is hype enough. I really thought they were going to hold out on Gojo, maybe release other characters in advance before Gojo, so you have something hype for the end of the year or during Christmas. But it seems like they've already just released their big boy early December, so I have no idea what their plan is for end of year. Surely, surely they're not going to do half anniversary this early, right? That would kill the game. That would be terrible. I doubt they do that. They're rushing it, but I don't think they're going to rush it that much. So yeah, overall, that's the news that we are getting. Bunch of new banners coming our way. Banners that you should probably skip. This system right now is against us. If they aren't going to make any changes, you got to play it smart. Skip these banners. Stack up your silver tickets. Wait for them to get added to the standard pool and hopefully get them in the future. That's my plan. That's how I'll be tackling these new banners. I'm more excited about the new content, the new game mode, and also story chapters coming our way. Excited to try them out. But with that said, let me know what you like to think about it in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.